let this come
Yeah,
forward.
okay.
In this case, maybe it's a good idea to consider the leeway.
Is here.
Now, I want you to then, to tell me what you want to do. You want to extract? You want don't extract?
No,
You don't want to extract?
no.
So if you don't extract,
I
let's see.
put 0.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
Hold on a second. If you don't extract, that means that the lower 6, they don't have to move forward, right? So 0.
Okay. Good.
Now we have to decide what is the relationship between upper and lower.
Okay, it's class 2, class 2.
Class 2, class 2. And how much class 2?
It's about 3 because
There's 3 here, and is
more.
5 here, okay?
Plus, no? Because
You have plus power.
Paolo, here is plus or minus?
Molar inter.
Because I have to put upper molar 3 millimeters.
Now you have to write the molar class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote.
So it's -3, no?
Minus 3.
-3.
And the other side? Minus 5. So what is the upper?
Okay, the upper,
What else do they have to do?
I have to distalize.
Yeah, how much?
3.
3 on one side and 5 on the other.
Quindi plus 3,
You have plus here.
plus 3.
For me, it's minus.
I am confused. If I want to distalize, I have to put.
Okay, it's minus 3, come on. And minus
the
5.
other side.
It's you know why minus? Because
Because,
No,
doubt me, please.
Okay, Pablo,
Don't
explain
be-
me. You are the
until-
power.
Do me a favor, until here, everybody agree.
Sí.
From here down, I don't care. The most important thing
It's
is
okay.
you decide what you want to do. Okay?
Okay.
Now,
But I think, Mauro, that we have to have a common language.
yeah, the common
One
language is
here.
like
One
Dr.
here.
Gianelli decided. It's like this, okay?
Uh,
Now, I want you to tell me what is the anchorage of each quadrant.
In the lower must be. ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice? Ancoraggio massimo? Maximum ancoraggio. Maximum.
Maximum anchorage in the lower arch.
but we don't move much.
Because I don't want to move the.
You don't want to move the lower, you see that?
But
It's written
yeah.
here.
Here.
You don't want to move the lower 6.
Yeah.
So that's going to be maximum anchorage. And then you want to distalize the upper 6. So it's even more than maximum anchorage. Now, at this point, you know exactly what is your anchorage. At this point, I want you to tell me what type of appliance are you going to use, because depending on the anchorage, you know the appliance.
In the lower arch, lingual arch.
Lingual arch or
Lingual.
lip bump. In the upper arch,
In the upper arch, I don't use. If I want to distalize, maybe an external traction.
external traction. Okay.
A cervical external.
Okay,
Because
good.
also I want to.
Good. That makes sense.
And what about if we extend and then use some functional
Can I
appliance?
see the?
I was waiting for that.
I was also one.
I was waiting for that because nobody noticed that there is a crossbite.
Yes,
Ah.
Prof, infatti, è quello che stavo dicendo con Gio
I
adesso.
was waiting for that.
Oh, I didn't see
No.
that.
Diglielo Giorgio, diglielo.
Il dottor Boschetti l'aveva individuato questo
And
spazio.
now, hold on a second. Why I didn't say anything? Why I didn't say anything? Because that is the other information that you have to add. Now we have made a AP, more or less, treatment plan. But AP is not enough. We have always to control transverse, we always have to
You're
control
right.
vertical. So when you do the treatment plan, make sure that you understand what's going on AP so that you set your anchorage, but make sure that you understand what's going to happen transversely and what is going to happen vertically. Now,
If I-
I was inserting this now because it's something, I wouldn't say anything until the end because I want to tell you something. If you lose transverse, you lose anteroposterior.
Yes.
If you lose transversally, you lose anteroposterior. I tell you something. Let's say that you retract the canine. When you retract the canine tends to go wider. So you lose the canine guidance. And then, in order to regain the canine guidance, what do?
Or extrude or improve the torque.
You make a wire that is constricted on the canine area. In order to be constricted in the canine area, since you have the same, if you change the arch form, what is happening is that you constrict here and this side of the
This has no form.
So what you do, if you don't control transverse, you don't control anteroposterior. And that is very important. So every single time when you're going to be in the clinic and you are doing something, you have always to have 4 checks. 4. Crowding, AP, transverse, and vertical.
AP means
Anteroposterior.
anteroposterior.
I thought B.
AP is the one that everybody checks. Then you finish up with the class 1, no kind of guidance. Crowding, anteroposterior, transverse, and vertical.
And vertical.
Vertical is another problem. Because you know that incisors are made in a funny way. In a funny way. They are a little bit more fat toward the gingiva and they become slimmer toward the cuspid. So if you don't control the vertical, you finish and you don't have, and you have space from lateral and canine. So at that point you said, I have to increase the torque. And if you increase the torque,
No,
you lose
you have to
anteroposterior.
open.
Or you intrude and torque, but if you do like that, you have to increase the anchorage in the back. Because if you do something like that, that means that the wire is cinched back, or it's black, and if you do this, since the tooth would like to go this way, and you are consolidating the arch, you're gonna lose anteroposterior. So, Dr. G was always checking these 3 points. AP, crowding is something that you always do.
transverse.
But because crowding is also something that is everybody is checking crowding and AP. Easy. You check crowding and you check the canine and more anteroposterior. But you was always checking vertical and transverse. So make sure every single time you have a clinical patient to check vertical and transverse, because that is called efficiency. You finished before. If you make a mistake, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. So the only way that you can do is check having a reference point that allowed you to correct your mistakes. If you have checkpoints, you have the case under control. If you have the case under control, you are more efficient because you finished before. You don't waste time. Okay.
How can we control vertical during the
like overbite.
With extra oil.
You wanted to see this. Is if you are here, you don't want this.
Yeah, okay.
You want this. And that is the another reason why you have to bend the wire. There's no way that you control vertical without bending the wire. How can you do it? What we do increase curve of space in the upper arch. Somebody is thinking of me because I have. Okay. So, and if you want really open the bike, you can increase the curve of space in the upper arch, make a reverse curve of space in the lower arch, and make vertical elastics on the molars.
Just on the molars.
Yeah. What is going to happen is that these
And you
and these, and
elongate
with
here.
vertical elastic in the back, you're going to have a good amount of opening in the upper. Okay?
And means it gets longer here, yeah? Becomes
To open
no,
that.
I
longer.
told you, I'm deaf.
And you get the
I mean,
lower
I know,
foot
Inessa,
longer.
you have two options. Or I'm deaf, or I'm ignoring you. I prefer to be deaf, okay? So,
I mean, in that case, you get your lower third no, increasing. In the if you give elastics.
in the vertical, you know, let's say that you want to open the bite. And you want to maximize the opening bite in the front. And you have a accentuated curve of speed in the upper and reverse curve of speed in the lower. What is going to happen is that premolar tend to extrude in the upper and the lower. If you make a vertical elastics in the molars, all the effect is going in front.
So there's not increasing in this dimension?
Yeah, increase you're going to open the back in front.
No, I mean, but not increasing the third of a face, or no?
Then you're gonna do it sometime because you're gonna. But in this case, there is a component that is trying to intrude the molars that you avoid with vertical elastics. It might be that you extrude the molars, but what you're gonna have is a maximizing effect in
Okay, thank
the
you.
anterior.
I never heard this. And can you please also on this the same about anchorage on the back?
Sotto un tasto, scusate.
No, about if you bend curve speed on the upper and you reach maximum anchorage. Can you repeat this? But you have to.
Listen.
I didn't understand. Not to arch length shouldn't get longer. Yeah, you mean?
Actually, now.
Когда пошпы,
No.
можешь? Вот он
Listen.
говорит на.
You have a molar here and a molar here, okay? And you have a deep bite here. What you do, you make the wire that has a reverse curve of speed and a wire that has the accentuated curve of speed. What it's trying to do, when you put the wire there, this wire is trying to bring the premolar down, and this wire is trying to bring the premolar up. So that is the way you open the
Bite.
the
yeah.
bite. But if you put and this is trying to intrude this. Okay, if you put a vertical elastic here, this is not intruding, and as like if we do something like this, because okay, so you maximize the effects in the front.
No, and the thing that you said before, that you have to cinch back, so not losing anchorage.
Oh, that is another ball game. What I was saying is that if you have again this, you would like to make this
Yeah,
higher, you know?
but not
And-
protruding.
you have to open the bite. In order to open the bite, you can do two things. Or you do something like that, and this will go here. Or you do something like that with some vector that trying to bring this back. Okay? If you do this, since these try to go forward, these try to go forward. So you need to increase the anchorage here. Is that clear? It's clear for everybody. So every single time you try to open the bite or give torque on the front incisor, you are taxing anchorage in the back.
So, how?
If this come out,
No, I understand, but how,
Maximum
technically,
anchorage.
how do we
Maximum anchorage.
maximum?
I don't know, you do whatever you want. You make a headgear, you make a mini screw, you do a transponder bar with, I don't know, whatever you like. Okay?
I mean, if I thought you do a cinch back and maximize, and I didn't get
If
it.
you cinch back,
It's all together goes forward, I guess.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
okay?
It
Because
doesn't improve
these
anchorage.
tend to go like this and this
Uh-huh.
forward.
Okay, I got it.
Because we gain space maybe.
Поняла.
Can I turn? Yes.
Yeah.
Это не понял, наверное.
No.
Наверное. Как обычно. Нажимка.
Yes.
Потом скажу.
Who's seeing what I'm doing? What I'm doing? What I'm doing here?
You stripped.
Expanding.
No, you stripped
Now you
canines.
make some grinding of the canine.
Expanding the upper arch.
No. Now we are slicing the canine. When you do this, if you do this, make sure that the lateral incisor is completely erupted.
Ой.
Otherwise, you decrease the intercanine dimension.
Mhm.
So what you're doing, you're moving the leeway from here in front where you need it. So at the end, we end up with this type of
Ma se si fa if we make slicing, we have to make all the time also extraction. Come si chiama? Serial extraction.
Did I make any serial extraction here?
No, no, this year.
Serial slicing, I would
There are
say.
two types of situation that you can utilize. Or you do serial extraction, or you do slicing.
Qua ha fatto slicing sui canini quando dopo la grande erano rotte.
I have a question. When we do slicing, it's consigliabile to put
I don't get it. When you do,
when we do slicing, is it advisable to put lingual arch on the E or not, in your opinion?
we usually don't put the lingual arch. And the reason is pretty simple, because we noticed that if the E stays there, it's not changing the anteroposterior. You can see here. You know, I did the slice, and we went from 28.5 to 26, more or less the same dimension. And this point is mesial to the molar. And what happens was that there was an increase, spontaneous increase on the laterals between 20.9 to 21.6, nothing, but still something. And this didn't change at all.
But this change is about where is an increase of the bone
Is a what?
of the skeletal base, no?
I have no idea.
It's only the repositioning of the
I have no
cliff.
idea. I didn't do anything. I don't know what happened. For sure, I haven't touched anything. Then we did expand the upper arch. And when we expand in the upper arch, we do expand with the AS appliance without touching the molars at all. And then what happens? And it's very important to know that the incisors get aligned by themselves. Okay. And we put also a head here there.
Here.
And more or less, in how many times does the sensor alignment by themselves after the expansion?
Normal.
I am going to
The upper arch.
do a full day course on expansion, and we did have published that also. Is quite often there's not always in alignment, but quite often there is it's getting better, less crowding. Okay, less crowding. Sometimes you get completely level in the line. Sometimes it's not completely aligned, but it's getting better.
But if we have this alignment, more or less, in how many times we could expect this effect?
The align,
Yeah.
okay. If the lateral is already erupting and you expand, you have to wait until the complete eruption of the lateral.
Okay.
And usually that comes in a very good position, usually, not always. And what you have to do, you have to wait with the expansion, the expander inside until the complete eruption of the lateral. But we are going to discuss this. This is just to see that we were putting the headgear on the second decidus molar. And they were pushing back the molars, you see.
There isn't that when we make expansion or having using the headgear on the second on the E, we have a risk that he go in and kill this or not? Only question.
No, the risk is the opposite, that the root gets absorbed early.
Ah, okay.
May I ask you why not?
Function.
Yeah.
Why?
Why
Not a
not
functional
getting
appliance.
Someone to
mandible
put
forward,
forward line.
as there was a bad profile with his nose?
Well, we're going to do, I'm going to give you all a lecture on functional appliances and growth and development. And the reason why I decided to do like that is pretty simple. You're going to get exactly the same effect.
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah.
At least that is what the literature says.
Oh.
So we were in class 2,
Yeah.
cross bite, deep bite, crowding, and now we have to treat only a class 1. No, almost no crowding, transversally okay,
Deep.
and vertically better. And we did that without touching the permanent teeth. You know, we had a lot of crowding, we just have this. Now it's a class 1 treatment, quite easy.
And no brain treatment.
And again, I'm not able to finish a case without bending the wire. I have not finished one single case without bending the wire. And reading the arches and see what was going on. And check the contact point. Then I will tell you why, in my personal opinion, there's no a single reason to debond brackets at the end of treatment. It's crazy. If you debond at the end of treatment, that means that you have a great, let's say, opinion of yourself. Because at the end, it should be only small, very small detail that you have to change. And if you take out the bracket, you lose all the reference, and you think that you're going to put the bracket better than it was before, but you know what it was before. And then you put the bracket there, and there is a lot of chance that you are making another mistake. If you take out the wire, you know exactly what is the bracket. You know exactly what you want to do. You can bend the wire. It takes you 3 minutes, taking out, bending, putting in, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And you have all your reference point. And if you overdo or you do a little bit less, next time, become patient, you increase what you have done or you decrease what you have done. But if you rely only on debonding and rebonding, for me it's crazy.
Mauro, why did you put the button on the reversal position?
Here. Because the brackets was not perfectly aligned. So you see, the brackets was a little bit not perfect, so I put there and I ran a elastic to rotate. And when the brackets is in the wrong position, I just ligate the twin on yeah, they are.
I don't understand. I don't understand this.
Rotation tricks.
You put the pin behind that.
Let's put that your brackets is in the wrong position.
Yes, okay,
It's rotated.
But not so wrong.
okay.
So instead of changing the brackets at the end, you put a button.
Yes,
I say that it's a little rotated this way. Okay?
the bottom,
No.
No, that is.
the tape.
The two.
Okay,
Let's say
okay,
that is rotated this way.
okay.
You put the here a button or a highlight, and then you make a ligate, a elastic chain this way. And then instead of ligating all the brackets, you ligate only these two wings, not completely, these two wings here. In order, then you push the wire in the brackets, and you ligate only this wing. And then you have this wing ligated, you push the wire in, and then you have the chain that is rotated this way.
So on the same tip, well, I take the bottom behind, passing them in the interdental space, and take only the.
No, and you ligate the space on the SD cards.
Is it easier when bent on the lower incisors?
Just a second.
Okay.
I want you all to understand this. When you have a rotation, mainly let's say that you have a small rotation that you want to take care of, okay? So you have this tooth like that, this tooth a little bit rotated like that, and this tooth like that, okay? You want to rotate this tooth here, okay? So what you do, you have your brackets here,
Yes.
you put your button here, and you have the wire here. Now you want to rotate this way, okay? What you do, you ligate only these two wings, pushing the wire against the bracket, and then you make a ligature here, an elastic chain that goes from the bottom to the wire.
So elastic chain between the bottom and the wire.
Yeah.
And bond and bending only the distal or the distal.
You're not bending.
No,
You are
not
just
bending,
forcing the wire
reading,
in. You are ligating only these two
yes.
wings and doing this.
And the over 2 weeks I haven't the ligature.
Yeah. And you're pushing the wire in and you ligate only these two. And you leave. The other way,
With an elastic one or
yeah?
with an elastic one?
This is an elastic chain.
No, the.
No, this one is no,
Okay.
metallic.
And by doing an 8 with an elastic.
Why an 8?
No, no, un modulo elastico.
Why?
An elastic.
Why?
Why?
No, you elastic chain, metallic ligature.
The ligature.
This is a metallic ligature. You push the wire in, you ligate with the metallic ligature, and you put a chain on the wire.
But sometimes I saw instead of the metallic one, a single elastic ligature put just on the distal aletta, esatto, facendo un 8, no? Può essere, sì.
You do whatever you like. I never ever, I hate ligating wire with elastic models. In every single time I ligate with a metallic ligature. I hate elastic models.
Sorry.
Even the first appointment.
The chain to go into the wire. You make pass all the wire on the chain and then put in the brackets. Or is only an elastic wire?
This is the wire.
Yes.
You get the chain in the wire, and then you stretch to the bottom. No?
Okay. Please say yes.
Okay.
One more sample.
You
yes.
put the chain on the wire and then you stretch to the bottom.
Okay.
There is another way of doing it. There is another way of doing the rotations. And that is with a closed coil.
Close.
Coil.
Okay.
Again. Okay?
Legatura a botte.
Con le mole di rotazione?
It's the same. No, the body that I don't like. I don't use it. So I don't tell anything that I don't have experience. I don't like the rotation. What you do, you ligate. This is the wire, of course. You ligate the wire instead of like this. You put a coil, a closed coil, and you insert the ligature tie in the coil. Then you put the coil here and the wire over the coil, and you ligate the ligature in the brackets. This is the brackets, and this is the coil, and you ligate the ligature here. If you do this, what happens is that the closed coil is pushing the wire out of the brackets, and you ligate that, and the wire tends to put this back in online.
I
know if
don't
you ever
understand.
tried that. I sometimes do this, I sometimes do that,
Se non
depending.
vedono di plastica già fa questo.
I don't like the plastic one. I prefer the strong closed coil because I know that they're plastic. I don't like plastic.
Could you repeat the coil method?
I didn't
was writing
understand.
your-
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Where you put the coil? Where you fix the coil? I just don't.
This is something that I'm gonna do in clinic. But let's say that you have a coil,
Yes.
closed coil,
Yes.
okay? At this point, you insert in the coil a
Yes.
metallic ligature,
Okay.
okay? Then you go in the mouth,
Yeah. the coil is also on the wire or not?
No.
No, ancora no.
You go in the mount. And you put the coil here,
Okay.
Okay.
okay?
You get vertical.
Then you put the wire and you ligate everything, and you ligate also this one. With
this
the coil.
ligature.
The wire is pushed outside and it tends to go back. So you correct the rotation. It's important that you insert this in between the tooth and the wire.
Okay, okay.
Then you put the
But you use the ligature also to fix the,
yeah.
the wire and
You
the bracket.
you use this ligature to ligate this tooth.
Okay.
So this should be a little bit less
Short. Short.
than the height of the brackets.
The ground. Ah, on the ground. On the
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much.
You want. And then maybe you do some stripping.
Hold on.
You know, in this case, I don't like everybody speaking in a private conversation. If you have any question, please ask me. Okay? Now, Inessa,
Mm-hmm.
you are asking for a functional appliance.
Medieval or
If you had
advanced?
used a functional appliance, you would say that you probably this case was going to a meeting, to show in a meeting, because this is a huge amount of mandibular growth,
Mm-hmm.
huge amount of mandibular growth,
Mm-hmm.
that you would say that is made out of the appliance. This growth is going to happen anyhow. So the only difference that we would have is probably the lower incisor that being inclined this way,
Mm-hmm.
the upper incisor inclined this way.
Mm-hmm.
And probably this would have created less growth of the mandible.
Mm-hmm.
This is a huge amount of mandible growth.
Mm-hmm.
But for sure, this lower incisor that without being touched was already inclined a little bit. With a functional appliance, what you have is inclination of lower incisor, retroclination of upper incisors.
Mm-hmm.
It's class 2, class 2 type of effect, we call it. And this went already a lot without doing too much. You know, they become definitely ugliest when they grow up.
But has nice teeth.
Always say,
Has
Brenda's
nice
family.
Bell'amico.
Simpatico, eh?
Che figlio.
Again, this mandible was growing anyhow. It kept growing also after the end of treatment. So it's very difficult to differentiate how much growth is from your appliance and how much growth is physiological. Now, as I told you, they become uglier.
Che sei bagnato?
Tanta roba.
Un piacere e non piacere. E su questo tutto si siamo mangiati. Tutto.
Okay. Now, make sure that whatever you do, make sure that you document your cases. Try to document every single case. And when you go home, take pictures on all the most cases that you can. Because when you go home and see the picture, you understand a lot of things. Try to see the pictures, try to get pictures of the car. Because otherwise you don't understand what you have done. You don't remember what you have done before. So get the picture and try to, don't leave your secretary put the picture together. Do it yourself, because you learn a lot. You learn a lot. Let's do one more case, if you don't mind. If you mind, you're gonna do it anyhow. No, no. We're gonna do it, yeah. Yeah,
After pranzo, Elio, be ready.
okay. Elio, is your turn?
No idea.
If it is possible, I decided for Elio.
Okay, Elio is gonna be the next one.
I feel that the cases are increasing to be more difficult.
Elio, is your turn. Okay, you alright? How much time do you need to drive it to lunch?
1 hour is enough.
1 hour.
1 hour. Better to